Last Wednesday, NXT went head-to-head with AEW, and they did not do well in the ratings. NXT was on USA, AEW on TNT, so you can't make the excuse of one network being in more homes. They did not do well. However, I think NXT as a show was a much better show than AEW Dynamite was. So the show is going to stay in Orlando, Florida, from Full Sail University. And you had a lot of great wrestling here. You had Corey Taylor, actually, this lead singer of Slipknot, started the show doing a voiceover for the promo. You have the song All Out Life doing the introduction for NXT. You had Mauro Ranallo welcoming up to the show. On commentary with Mauro is Nigel McGuinness and Beth Phoenix. So right off the bat, we start with the NXT Championship. Adam Cole defends his title against Matt Riddle. Adam Cole, baby versus bro. Baby versus bro. I wish they would have done a dueling chant. It would have been hilarious. They did not do that. So the match they had was excellent, as you would expect. It was fantastic. It was a great matchup. Adam Cole has a cast on, so that's the story. He is not 100%. Matt Riddle is great. He's incredible, and he hasn't been wrestling for that long. For him to be at this level is ridiculous. The match was a lot of fun here. You had you had a lot of reversals. You had a cool backstabber that was suplex that was countered into a backstabber, which was really good. You had them going back and forth. Saw some big kicks here. Matt Riddle, it looked like he was going to win. He kicked out of a lot of finishers from Adam Cole. Cole hit the last shot once, but Riddle kicked out. Riddle looks like he's about to win. It's a thrilling matchup. It's going back and forth. The fans are loving every second of it. I'm loving every second of it. It's a lot of fun. The commentary was great here. And they started this to screw with AEW, but it didn't work. This went head-to-head with the Cody match, which was against Sammy Guevara. And Cody definitely could not have the better match. But, hey, AEW got the more viewers there. And they did it to screw with them. And, it is, it's tough to look at it. I would say NXT is hurting AEW more than it's helping. Because AEW is obviously, they have the thing of beating WWE in the ratings, even though it's only NXT. But the one thing NXT does is they're taking away 800,000 viewers from AEW. You can't say that. They got 800,000 viewers. They're taking it away from AEW. That's going to hurt them. But anyway, it was a hell of a matchup here. Adam Cole hits Matt Riddle with his cast, and he hits the second last shot, and he pins Matt Riddle 1, 2, 3, pins him in the ring. Adam Cole is still your NXT champion. They did a great job showing the importance of the belt. It was just a fantastic matchup. Adam Cole retains, and then all of a sudden we hear Finn Balor's music interrupt Adam Cole celebration. Fans chant "Welcome back." Finn Balor is back in NXT. I don't understand why. I don't get why they put Finn back in NXT. Finn's over. I mean, he's one of the top stars on the main roster when you think about it. He's not a top guy, but behind Rollins on Raw, only other Rollins or maybe Strowman, I guess, would probably be bigger baby faces than Balor on Raw. That's all I can really think of who's a bigger face. Easily one of the top 10 biggest baby faces on the entire WWE main roster, so it's surprising. I don't know, maybe they're going to bring him back. Maybe he wins the Royal Rumble, he makes a surprise entrance, he goes after The Fiend for the title at WrestleMania. That's what I'd like to see, but I guess he's just going to be in NXT now. So Balor back in NXT, I guess he'll feud with Adam Cole. Maybe they face at the next TakeOver in, where's that in? Survivor Series weekend, I believe, in Chicago. So they had a video package for Candice LeRae and Shayna Baszler. You had Velveteen Dream. He had a whole bunch of women. I couldn't tell if it was like a hologram, but it was real. It was like cool with the light strobes. He cuts a promo. He challenges Cole. He was challenging Roderick Strong for the North American title. He announced it's Leo Rush and Drew Gulak next week on NXT for the Cruiserweight title. Io Shirai and Mia Yim. Io's great. I love Io Shirai. She is smoking hot too. She can be a star. I think of the three, her, Asuka and Kairi, she has the most potential to be the biggest star on the main roster. They did well with Asuka for the first 6-7 months when she was undefeated, and after she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania last year, she fell off a cliff. Kairi Sane had never got a chance. They've done horribly with Kairi Sane. She's had nothing. She's only been there for a while. Maybe they do something with her, but they've done a terrible job. Hopefully they do something with Io, but I'm going to pull my breath. They had a good matchup here. Mia Yim's very average, but Io Shirai got the best out of her. She wins the matchup. Nice win for her. They show Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in the building. He had the Street Profits arrive, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, and Montez was with his wife Bianca Belair. I think that's the first time they acknowledged they're married on TV. Let's see more of Bianca. We haven't really seen too much of her as of late. We haven't seen her involved in the big storylines. They show Tegan Knox having a video package. She'll be returning soon. He had Johnny Gargano against Shane Thorne. Good matchup here. Shane Thorne's good. Johnny Gargano got the win. Obviously, everyone knew he'd win. Nice win for him. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what else you can do with Johnny Gargano in NXT. Just wait for him to come up to the main roster. I mean, I guess you can just save it for the night after WrestleMania, but I don't see what else he can do in NXT. He's had everything. Like, he's done everything there is to do. He had a great tag team run, won the tag titles, had great rivalries with the Revival, with him and Ciampa against Revival, and then had a good rivalry with the Authors of Pain. He has the year-long rivalry with Ciampa. He had that classic matchup with Almas, the trilogy with Ciampa, when he beat him in the big matchup. And then the next year, he has the trilogy with Adam Cole, wins the title from Adam Cole. He won the NXT title, and he lost it back, but he was NXT champion. What else can he do in NXT? It just feels like, I don't know. I may as well just bring him up. So Candice LeRae's next, so husband and wife back-to-back here. Gargano leaves and Candice comes out. She's against Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's title. Kind of knew Candice wasn't going to beat Shayna. I thought she'd be the one to beat her, but I guess I figured they probably weren't going to do it on TV. They'd probably wait for a takeover. But Shayna with the win here. It was a good matchup. It looked like Candice was going to get out at the end, but you just knew they were going to keep it on Baszler. Triple H loves her. I guess it's the whole thing with Ronda Rousey to please Ronda, but I don't see anything in Shayna Baszler. She's never going to be a star because I don't think Vince McMahon would look at someone who looks like Shayna Baszler, no offense, and think, I'm going to push her to the moon. It's Vince, She's not a hot blonde. She doesn't have, we know how Vince is. I can't see him pushing Baszler past a certain level, and she can never be a star. She was not going to be a star. She just doesn't have any star potential to her. But she got the win here. It was a decent matchup. I enjoyed it. But, of course, she beat LeRae. Next, you had Pete Dunne and Danny Burch. Good matchup here. Pete Dunne with the victory. We'll see what else they have for Pete Dunne, but I'd like to see him get something else. After the match, Damian Priest comes out, attacks Pete Dunne. I don't think people knew who Priest was, but he attacks him, and then after he attacks him, he points to the Titantron and says Damian Priest. So they did an interview with Adam Cole with Kathy Kelly, who looks great, by the way, pumping up the match with the Undisputed Era, who's facing the Street Profits. That'll be strong. Just to let you know, Adam Cole is the NXT champion. Roderick Strong's North American champion, and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are your NXT Tag Team Champions. Main event, Street Profits against Undisputed Era. Era defends their titles. Very good matchup here. I enjoyed it. I did not get to review the NXT where the Street Profits lost it to the Undisputed Era, but the Undisputed Era gets the win here. They retained their titles. I thought they just should have done that like on the last TakeOver, have them all win the titles, but the Undisputed Era keeps it. You're still champions. Hell of a matchup here. I enjoyed it. Great show. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong retain. After the match, Roderick Strong and Adam Cole celebrate with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. And then all of a sudden, Tommaso Ciampa music hits. Adam Cole is surprised. He's stunned by Ciampa's predicts. Ciampa has his eyes all over the NXT belt. I guess, I don't know what they're going to do next, what they're going to do with Finn, but Tommaso Ciampa makes his return. I'd like to see him and Gargano just go up to the main roster maybe the night after WrestleMania. May as well just have them go up. There's nothing else for them to do. I guess you can have Cole beat Ciampa at a TakeOver. That'll be good for Cole. But that was it. So it was a fun show. Really enjoyed it. And, man, that's so much wrestling I have to review every week now. Raw on Monday, then Wednesday you have AEW, Dynamite, and then you have NXT also on Wednesdays. Then on Fridays, you're going to have SmackDown, which coming up soon. Yeah, so SmackDown's going to be a big show. Fun week of wrestling. And, oh, by the way, there's a pay-per-view this Sunday. Jeez, that's going to be ridiculous. There's so much fucking wrestling now. It's just too much. It's like 4 big shows, 4 2-hour-plus shows, 1 3-hour show, and then there's a pay-per-view like once every month, or for both companies, actually. They're going to get 1 pay-per-view a month, most likely. So lots to talk about. And that was it. Very good show for NXT. And we'll see what happens next week. AEW's up 1-0. They've won the first week of the Wednesday Night Wars. Week 2 is next week.